Alright, here we are for take number 2 because the first recording I was too close to the mic. What a way to record the first YouTube video, huh? I'm gonna flip my script back to the first page and we're gonna get right into it. Gonna get right into it. These motherfuckers are cutting grass. I really hope the mic isn't picking that up. As someone who has played their only season of organized basketball in high school, I can confidently say that I've learned everything that I know about basketball on my own. Being self-taught is noble and all, but the journey to get to be a decent basketball player without anyone teaching me anything was riddled with a whole lot of ignorance and mistakes. Mistakes that ultimately cost me years and 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 years of basketball growth. This video is a compilation of my 3 biggest mistakes and how you could / why you should avoid them. The mission for this video for you guys will be, if you hear something that may have been holding you up in the past or is currently holding you up, leave a like on the video. Without any further ado, here are the mistakes that stunted my basketball growth. Number 1, only studying one player. Your favorite players in basketball will often be determined by what you deem to be the coolest parts about basketball. If you like people who can shoot from the parking lot, then you'll naturally gravitate towards Steph and Russ. Oh, Steph and Russ?
Get your man. Get your man.
If you like players that can shoot from the parking lot, then you'll gravitate towards Steph and I was about to say Russ again. If you have a thing for players that can shoot from the parking lot, then you'll naturally gravitate towards Steph and Dame. If you like guys who are shorter and can jump out of the damn gym, then you'll like some Russ and Ja. However, with the fascination of a player's style will also come emulation. Whether you like it or not, your play style will be determined largely in part by what you watch the most, aka
Your favorite player.
And while there's not really anything wrong with modeling your play style off of someone else, you cannot be successful by only playing like one player. Each player has a weakness in their game, and if you become a carbon copy of a player that you like, you will have that weakness times 10 because you aren't even as effective at their play style as they are. Basketball is an ever-evolving game, so if you want to be relevant a couple years down the line, then you better learn how to do just about everything.
This motherfucker cutting his grass is just Jesus Christ.
Bigs who aren't at least decent from the 3 are low-tier options at best. As opposed to in the 80s and 90s, if you had someone who was solely dominant in the paint, they were a franchise player. Shaq was a franchise player who couldn't step probably to the fucking mid-range if you wanted to. It's smarter to study the players who are the greatest at each skill and try to piece together your own mold from that rather than just using a mold that the league has already seen and most likely knows how to stop by now. I studied Kyrie since I was about 12 or 13 and I felt like I hit a ceiling in my game until I started to really study all these other players and how they really affected the game, and some of them even covering the pitfalls that Kyrie's game has. Just remember not to get too wrapped up in the player that you're most fascinated with, and remember that basketball is about being an all-around complete player. Number 2, playing based on feeling versus knowledge. Being self-taught is hard because the only way that you can really learn things is through repetition. I thought that the solution to every problem that I had was just to work more. You can't shoot? Shoot more. You can't dribble? Dribble more. If you're not laterally quick, just start moving laterally quick more. Do you see how stupid that sounds? No structure or knowledge retention at all. Just wash, rinse, repeat. I was ignorant to the fact of no matter how many jump shots you take, you'll never be a good shooter until you look at your jump shot and make adjustments. For years I was a spotty shooter because I would just shoot purely based on if a shot felt good coming off my hands. Once I began to record myself and compare my jumper to other shooters and see why I made what I made and missed what I missed, I began to notice that I got better and better at shooting the ball. Not only was I a more consistent shooter in games, but it also takes less time to warm up because I know how to spot when I'm doing something wrong in my jump shot and fix it. The old saying goes, you need to learn the rules first before you can break them. Having knowledge creates the leadway to be able to play based on I just keep wanting to say freedom. Freedom! Having knowledge creates the leadway for you to be able to play based on feeling, not the other way around. Find out why the things that work. Find out what's holding the things that aren't working from working. And just overall, work smarter, not harder. Unlike me, I literally just went at it and was like, let's just go in the gym and shoot 1,000 jumpers just cause. Oh, you want to look at your shot form? Hell no. Don't look at your shot form. Just shoot. The more you shoot, the better you'll get at shooting. Shoot. Now this third one right here, this is the one where I'm gonna get a lot of confusion from you. A lot of confusion. But the people who are really like well versed in basketball, they'll know what I'm talking about here. Number 3, thinking drills translate to in-game performance. I already know what you're saying. But if I don't do drills, then how am I gonna be good? If I don't do shooting drills, then how am I gonna be good at shooting? If I don't do dribbling drills, then how am I gonna Hush chillin'. Hush chillin'. I got you. Drills are important for building the baseline skills that you need to be able to play the game of basketball. However, focusing purely on drills is not going to promise you a good in-game performance. For example, what will you do when that combo that you've been practicing for the past couple of months gets clamped up? Where do you go next? What do you do when the defender is closing out a whole lot quicker and they're a whole lot taller with a longer wingspan? As opposed to those dummies that you haven't practiced that just stand there while you shoot over them. More importantly, how are you going to handle a crowd when you practice in an empty gym? There's too many factors that practice can't account for. Not to mention the countless scenarios that you would only know how to deal with once you've been in them. There's a reason that playoff experience actually matters in the NBA. Because if you weren't in that situation before, you wouldn't know how to handle it. Now, this is not me saying that drills are a waste of your time, but this is me saying that you cannot survive purely based on doing drills alone. If you don't play games, then there's a whole lot of knowledge that you're missing out on. Go out to your local park, play some games. And if you go to the right parks with the right comp, then the line for the next will be around the fucking corner. So you better perform. That's literally the baseline of park basketball, is that ain't nobody trying to lose. And if you make my team lose, then we gonna have some problems, because they got a whole damn Popeye's chicken sandwich line behind us right now trying to get on next. So if we lose, then we ain't getting back on. It's literally win or go the fuck home. And it might not be as intense as the NBA playoffs, win or go home. But trust me, getting clowned at the park for playing like a fucking scrub is certainly gonna prepare you for some adversity. So you better bring your goddamn A game out there. And while you're in the process, you will learn a whole lot of little stuff that just can't be taught if you don't go through. This is where you'll learn how to perform under pressure and how to right the ship when that motherfucker is sinking. This is where you build the confidence to make your decisions, because either way, win or lose, right or wrong, someone isn't gonna like it. This is where you learn how to handle being hand checked. This is how you learn how to play through a foul. Because if you don't call your foul at the park, I hate to tell you, but there isn't one. I don't give a fuck how noble you think these players are. They aren't giving it to you. So this is where you learn how to make that bucket, because you'll have this situation where the ref doesn't call the foul, This is where you learn how to make that fucking bucket regardless of if that foul is going to be called or not. You have to play these games. Well, that is the end of the video, I guess. I don't really know how to do an outro here. This is my first time doing an outro, so I guess leave a like if you heard something that may have held you up in the past or is currently holding you up now that you are going to go fix, because if you don't, you're just going to be sitting there stagnant, won't you? I'm also curious to know, how did you guys and girls first organized basketball game go? How did you perform? And did your team win? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, get back in the gym. What are you're watching a YouTube video when you could be working on your game? What is wrong with you? You still sitting there watching this? Get in the gym. Oh my God. In the video, cut the cameras, cut it off, cut everything, please, cut it. Just. Bro, I know you are not still sitting there.